Oh, it's because I have the allies on. Sir, we've missed the target. The target has left the target's back in the building, sir. It left the building. We bombed the building, and now they're back in the building.
Hey guys, remember to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hey, go one step further, become a channel member. Any support you guys give is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video.
All right, there we go. Hopefully I look a little bit, well, okay, maybe not that low. Hold on, let's find a decent middle ground here. There we go. All right, let's get to the game. All right, keep it short and sweet. I'm moving this week, so thank you to everyone joining. Sorry it's late, but I have been busy all day with all sorts of stuff, and then had to deal with calls and bills and stuff, so I sat back and was like, all right, I'm going to chill in Solaris for an hour while I'm on the phone with goddamn Spectrum. So that was fun. Now I'm back, and let's get into this game. Oh, of course I hear bubbles. All right, well, let's get to it, shall we? Hello, everyone. I'm Greyshot17, covering a 2v2 Company for Heroes 3 replay. We got ourselves a couple key combatants here. We have Grey Beretta. We have Cap Tavi, I guess is the way you put it. Lucky Luke 2020. And Marty Not McFly. If you have a replay you want to submit to me, submit to my Gmail or Discord. I'll take a look. I may not get to your game, but I will try my absolute best. Same thing with both these teams. Hopefully they do their absolute best in this game. Again, Brit and an American versing 2 Vermont. Is there any unique opening? So we have the person who went Terror. Oh, by the way, we have Terror and we got ourselves Breakthrough. Versing, well, we don't know yet. Allies have yet to pick anything, so we'll see how things go. So, we have Terror, multiple MGs. They're going to be camouflaged, popping on out. Hopefully surprising the Brits. But the Brits are actually in a decent position here. I mean, the Germans are in a really good position too. But both MGs are outside each other's range, which means the Pioneer is the unlucky one that's going to be going into that crossfire area and immediately being hit. Oh, or, never mind, he saw it and backtracked. Alright, middle we got Pioneers laying down some mines, MG as well going on down into the building to help cover. But there's no windows here, so if you're approaching this area, coming in from this direction is probably the best way to go, so you can ambush this MG, or at least put fire on it without that MG able to put fire on, well, you, in this case. We got Rifleman coming on up. Other Vermont player, aka Gray, has like a jack of all trades sort of front. Main Rifleman focus here, and FG section MG, as we saw with the MG on the other side. Now, FG section did get hit by the MGs, so at least, you know, Terror did work. They were able to ambush the enemy, so excellent job there. Infantry section is still high up. There it goes. All right, moving on over. Royal Engineers covering this territory. And now we got ourselves Pioneers right there, Grenadiers. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Scout units pulling on back. Again, Kent and Crad just kind of watching and waiting for a perfect time to decap the territory. Looks like it's pretty much straight down the middle resource-wise. And yeah, pretty much exactly fuel and munitions. Let's see, is there any major movements? I guess the Brits taking the victory point is a nice little achievement. It's keeping the Allies, at least, well, they're right now down, but in a few seconds it won't be. They're putting more pressure on the Axis now. Upgrading with the additional rifles. MG's gonna suppress them unless they launch artillery, which, nope, they do not. Both MGs focus on the FG section, and the Brits are unable to advance. So at the very least, he was able to lock that area down. Maybe the MG should have came up and came on the side. Maybe, let's see here. Had multiple infantry kind of... Look, I know there's an MG, it can be a little bit more difficult, but if he's here and there's another MG here, probably not facing back from behind. So, and that's where that Royal Engineer discovered the Pioneer, forced them back, and now they're grabbing the fuel. So, hey, win-win. Now, let's see right now. We got ourselves a Rifleman in the building. American forces got a mortar to help blast the Germans' MG out of the building, and that worked out quite well. Grenadiers are trying to counterattack, and it seems like we have 2 Grenadiers, the third one being deployed. So, looks like, at the very least, Grey will have a decent front. But Marty's not done yet. First off, we got infantry support, so he's going to get more frontline infantry, being the captain. And secondly, he'll be able to get upgrades to his riflemen to make them even better than they were before, and cheaper, which, I don't know, you combine that with the advanced infantry battle group, and you can see here where maybe the upgrade to Rangers, potentially, for these riflemen could just make it so these Grenadiers have a really, really bad day. Heads Grenadier Company, so maybe we see them upgraded to a better, infantry unit, but even so, Heads Grenadiers, I still think are not exactly going to go toe-to-toe versus Rangers, which, by the way, are on the field. He did get the upgrade with flamethrowers. Of course they have flamethrowers. Why wouldn't they? So, Rangers managed to push back 2 squads, another MG setting on up. But, remember, we do have an American mortar. So, if this guy is smart, he'll either mortar this mortar while the other mortar is hitting the Rangers. Rangers kill the Cat and Crad. Or, he'll smoke. Smoke would be his next best option, or come in from multiple angles. He can smoke with the scout unit if he has the upgrade. Again, there we go. Perfect smoke right on the MG. And he can attack round with the flamethrower and burn it. Or just throw a grenade. Come on, Rangers. Lead the way. Up, grenades thrown on 2 squads. And there goes the MG, the mortar, and probably the Grenadier. Man, it's going to be a real bad day for Grey. Rangers have taken 1 loss and inflicted numerous casualties on Grey. The entire southern sector is open. It is completely open to this to the riflemen. So Marty, not McFly, I would say you're definitely doing pretty damn well for yourself. Look, you've done a really good job of keeping pressure on the enemy, easily taking very much a good strategic point. Not great, it's not a high munition point, but still, at least it's something the enemy no longer has. And now you have a forward retreat position. The only thing I will say is maybe upgrade your riflemen with bars, but actually no, it's 7 minutes in. He has 1 bazooka team. Probably at this point needs AT. Then if he has additional resources, you can upgrade your riflemen with those bars. That would probably be suitable. Meanwhile, the Brit is no slouch either. He's at least trying his absolute best to take this area. Looks like he did lose his MG. I'm assuming that was maybe... No, he still has the MG before he... Sorry. No, he does. Okay, 3 MGs. Pick the wrong Vermont player. We have a 2-2-1 on the field. No upgrade as of yet, but it's still decent against infantry. The Brits don't have an AT unit, but going... the Canadian battle group. Everyone's getting... some, actually, I can't even say that. So the Allies are getting elite infantry. The Germans are getting maybe a more elite armor. Well, Canadians are no slouch. They can use a grenade launcher against armor, and also they can have incendiary mortar attack that can devastate the enemy. Plus, the Brits have brought out a Hubber, so they have good firepower. They have good amount of soft power against the infantry. There's the air squad with a Shrek. If he's able to keep that Hubber within sight, within range, he can keep it back with a nice Shrek. He's moving though, so he's not able to lock down that shot. And he's too late. He just gets pulled back. Grenadiers tried to come in from another direction, but Hubber actually managed to keep them back. Captain and Rangers pushed on in against multiple Grenadiers, as we saw before. Yeah, Grenadiers are having a real bad day. Rangers lead the goddamn way, and by God, they're doing exactly that. As we can see, there is an MG though, but mortar is already hitting it. Grenade is thrown. They're going to pull back. Oh, is he interrogating? I mean, that's an option to interrogate, and that would reveal everything in the sector. So, yeah, that would be pretty damn sweet if the Germans could do that. Unfortunately, that's not happening. There's too many American forces, and the player who could do that is on the other side of the map. Hubber's keeping fire, though, on the enemy. He focuses Shrek on the wrong guy. Okay. 2-2-1 is still there. Smoke is dropped. All right, they help out against the MG. Nice hit with the Shrek on the Hubber. Hubber needs to pull back. Canadians, though, are still being pinned by another MG. But this is where I mean, like, all right, cool. Just coming from a different angle. 3 infantry section, opening fire. By the way, the infantry section, because they captured territory, had the ability to heal, which is pretty sweet. Again, territory capture or decapture, all that stuff can lead to bonuses. In this case, get some heals. Nice kill on the Vickers machine gun. So maybe the Brits will get their own machine gun back. hopefully. MG is opening fire, so this is right now, was it, Captevi? Anyway, it's his best shot against, keep the infantry back, so at least that's, you know, gaining that decent amount of veterancy. Grenadiers moving on in, focusing on the weaker unit, forcing it back. Again, the American player is healing up. There is a bar right there, which is it glitched? It's just right there. There's a free. Does no one want a free bar? I would look. I, as someone who has fired a bar, I will gladly take that bar. I don't know why the Rangers haven't, or even the Riflemen for that matter, but it's there. All right, we have a large amount of Grenadiers now with MP40s, so better close range. But as we can tell, the Rangers don't really care. There is 2 bazookas on this, so it is a little less well, definitely anti-armor, but not going to do as much against infantry. But Rangers still have that flamethrower, and they're still doing pretty well with their remaining units with Thompsons. Oh, they have 2 flamethrowers. 2 flamethrowers and 2 bazooka. Wait, no, 3 bazookas. Got some artillery right here. I think for the captain. Oh, did Marty already call GG? Is that right? Oh my god, he is threatening. He's like, oh guys, you're wasting time. That is a bold claim. I mean, Germans are down like 100 points right now. But, I would never, like, just say, well, it's immediately GG. Especially when the enemy still has a good chunk of the map. I think that's just asking for a lot of, like that, the rubber band to just pull back and then just be let go right into your face. Speaking of which, the Brit had to pull back all the way to his base because, again, he does not have a frontline position, which means that Tavi, there we go, Tavi, oh my god, Cap Tavi, Jesus, I can't say a name today. Cap Tavi has taken over this sector, has a good amount of units, has a whirlwind, still has a 221, which can be up to it with a anti-tank weapon if you need it to provide some additional AT, but right now he doesn't need it for anything other than just a support unit. Alright, but yeah, he's doing pretty solid work, and now he has 2 AT units as well, so even if the American player gets out armor, or we do have a Crusader, a Matilda, whatever, at least this Wehrmacht player is prepared. The other one does have a pack gun as well, so both sides are prepared for AT. The Allies are not. I mean, you have this huge blob of forces coming on out. I mean, to be fair, this is a lot of British forces, not gonna lie. But as much as I want to be like, yes, look at this huge attack wave, the problem with this is the simple fact that it doesn't really have AT, at least that I can see, which is not good. Because if you really, okay, now you get a 6-pounder. But yeah, that seems like a big waste, especially when the enemy has a, I don't know, you know, an actual whirlwind. What actually did, I'm assuming the Ranger squad put some shots on that. Rangers with double bazookas are no laughing matter. And now the Rifleman has a bazooka. I guess maybe it dropped or something? Not sure. Wait, is that artillery? Of course. Man decides to go artillery and build the ammo cache. So that will increase the artillery's attack and recharge by 33%. So 33% fire rate and recharge. So great stuff right there. Love it. Rangers captain. Well, actually, just a big old battle. But again, Grenadiers having a rough time. They're throwing grenades. He's trying, but the grenades are not sticking. The American player is moving. He is mobile. So the grenades are really not having much of an effect. And the blob is... wow, okay. Not expecting the scout unit to grab the bar, but I guess the scout unit of all units has the bar. Alright. Big ol' British blob moving on in. What does the American have back at his base? I forgot to check that. So he... oh wait. Infantry support. Doi. So he has better infantry upgrades. I already knew that. It's late. Still trying to get everything down. But the reason I'm trying to say that is, okay, he has a lot of infantry bonuses. It seems like the Brit has a lot of, you know, bonuses, hopefully, with his infantry. If he can get the veteran squad upgrade? No, the squad leader's the doc. What am I thinking of? It's like a infantry vet upgrade. specifically for frontline forces. That could affect like infantry section, stuff like that. I think that would be preferable for him. Let's see. Does he have it though? No, infantry training. There we go. I knew it was something. Wait, hold on. I just realized he has 200 fuel. What are you doing? Like, oh, he's saving up for like. Are you saving up for a croc, good sir? No, you have. Well, I guess he could. He has. This is 2, so he needs 9 command points in total. He has 4. Yeah, no, you want to go for armor. You are not gonna be able to get enough command points in time for you to pump out a croc. That is not happening. Just bite the bullet, get the final building with the company command post, and get yourself some armor. In this situation, there is a lot of infantry, right? And the enemy potentially has. Oh, he's using him more for detection to know where the British are with his 221, which is pretty sweet. Nice. Okay, there we go. There's the incendiary mortar I mentioned. Jaeger squad is near death from that fire attack, which is like some great shots, and double 6-pounders keeping them away. Again, a good use of AT. Hopper moving on in and focusing on the MG. 221 moving on up, but a lot of units are being suppressed. Nice shot on the 221. Hold on. Oh, 221 is dead. Hopper could soon follow. No, it has like 1 health. It has to have 1 health. How much health do you have, good? 2! I'm sorry, I was off by 1. He has 2 health. Of course he does. Of course. But Hopper survives, even by this, literally the skin of his teeth. Jaeger squad is barely keeping it together. I will say this, Papped Heavy has taken some really bad losses. Brits have definitely taken some manpower losses, but again, he's saving up. He is up to 6 command points, but he's 3 away from a croc. And again, is he just taking damage to like get those points up? Yeah, no, that's not a way to do that. Speaking of leading the way, it actually seems like well, Gray over here has regained the initiative. He's had a lot of issues with his Grenadiers, but with some Strasstrooping, maybe he's able to combat the Rangers. All right, Rangers are engaging. I mean, the Brumbar's helping. Let's be very honest. That's absolutely helping. Grenade is thrown, hurts the Grenadier squad. All right. More riflemen coming on up. Does he not have actually a solid AT unit other than the Rangers? He does not. So the Brumbar is able to take hits relatively fine. And can keep dishing out the anti-infantry damage. Chat, I do see you. And just for a quick recap, I guess this will be a plug-in. If this is the first time seeing one of my videos or seeing me live, I cover CoH3, usually live on Twitch. Next week and a half is going to be a little bit sporadic because I'm currently moving. So I can't be consistent with my stream time because I'm moving boxes, stuff like that. Like, my stream setup will probably be taken apart by next time you see it. Video-wise, I do replays, live games, and try to cover different games. If I'm busy, unfortunately, I'm not able to play other games. When I'm not busy, I make, like, do some recommendation videos, first tries, stuff like that, and play other games like Hearthfire 4. I'm very excited for Broken Arrow coming up. So, do want to cover stuff like that and give shout-outs. Anyway, speaking, quick little shout-out. Picking up the MG after it got mortared to oblivion. Artillery's coming on in. Hubbard trying to focus this area. Maybe make it easier for him to snipe some Grenadier model here or there. Take out the half-track, which would be a nice little win. By the way, we have ourselves the, loiter to suppress it. Not suppress, but I guess it make infantry weaker. Nice Faust. I have no idea why he got that close. And Whirlwind will probably kill the Hubbard. So, nice little kill right there. There it goes. Good Whirlwind kill. The British Blob is back in town. Literally, it's back in the town. And backed up by 2 6-pounders, it will be a menace to deal with. But double Whirlwinds are not too shabby with anti-infantry. So if they can just deal with the AT, maybe the Whirlwinds deal with it. Whirlwinds are injured. He's going to need to pull back, but it looks like the AT guns are busy with the Brumbar. Oh, nice kill on the Royal Engineer. 3 Jaeger squad, so again, armor is going to have a real serious issue with that amount of Shrek fire. Here comes the fire, hurting, actually a little bit of the armor. definitely a lot more of the infantry. 6-pounders are focused on the Brumbar, which are down to half health. There we go. 6-pounders now focusing on the Whirlwind, which, again, taking a little fire damage. And there it goes. Fire helps put down the Whirlwind. Okay, maybe it was 6-pounder doing most of the work. But still, fire did a little bit. Because, again, he has the little extra fire unlock. Do more against infantry, armor, you name it. Captain moving on up with his bar. All right. Sure. Ranger. We have double ranger squads now with a lot of bazookas. Brumbar might have issues because, again, if they just go off into 2 separate directions, they could hit the Brumbar in the side armor. Victory point wise, we are looking at the Allies still holding the lead, though the Axis have done a decent job trying their best to keep the blobs at bay. Meanwhile, we do have a cache down here, which I will say is a little weirder to see it a 2v2, but it is nice. And it is a very good... Hold on. Where? Oh, it's because I have the allies on. Sir, we've missed the target. The target has left the target's back in the building, sir. It is, it left the building. We bombed the building, and now they're back in the building. We're here. Luckily, the MG is there to blast them out of the main corridor and back outside, so we're all good. There we go. They're leaving the main front, the main entrance. All right. It all worked out, sir. It all came together. All right. Whirlwind's at least veterancy 2. Again, I could definitely see where the Axis are definitely having some issues with the dealing with that blob, but finally, Lucky got himself some armor. That wasn't a hover. Crusader moving on in. Jaeger squads are off the front. We got another Whirlwind coming on in, so at least we know they have veteran armor. No side skirts, though. That might have helped. At least take another shot. Whirlwind is dishing damage with the Shrek team. Crusader going at high speed, getting the heck out of there. That's the thing. He doesn't really have an armor unit to chase. So with the armor unit gone, the Crusader is able to get that. Wait, hold on. He is going way too far north. I don't know why he's going that far north. But Panzer IV, if he gave chase, could have probably intercepted that Crusader. But he's pulling on back. So Gray has gotten himself a Brumbar and a Panzer IV. So, I mean, it would take him time to get a Tiger anyway. But still, I think that's a good combo. One purely against infantry, one against armor and infantry. Infantry is pulling on back. Rangers are still a threat. Right now, the artillery has been constantly firing. This, I think, is a little mistake. You put the cache here. Should have put the cache closer so you're not wasting additional resources on another cache. I'm not saying the ammo is, like, expensive, but it does add up when you're constantly taking some losses. Actually, does the American player have the upgrade? The upgrade specifically, so he's not hemorrhaging units. Yes, he has that. He has survival training, and he has munition surplus, which decreases... Okay, so he has cheap grenades and mines. All right. Now, he could do another unlocked, so he can have his riflemen and stuff place mines, which would be pretty damn sweet. The big old... well, okay, the British blob is shrunken in size a little bit, but great job with the white phosphorus shots. Jaeger infantry trying their best to assist as well. Those 6-pounder hitting the Whirlwind. Let's see, MG pulled back. Also, again, as Scan see, that this MG needs reposition. Crusader is coming back. It is not in a good state. I would not charge. That seems like a real bad idea to charge with 2 Shrek teams still. Okay, 1 Shrek team still available. They seem to be allowing the Whirlwind to farm XP because that thing has just been firing constantly at Lucky Luke. He has upgraded to the Croc, or at least gotten the upgrade for the Croc. Has he gotten a Croc? Yes, he has. Crocodile is on the field. Moving on up, we have a Croc about 24 minutes in the game. And that's our first actual heavy tank. Yeah, and right now we have ourselves a Martyr M coming on the field. The Wehrmacht version of the Martyr. We'll have to see how that is actually used. Again, with the Shrek teams, I think that's a decent amount of anti-armor firepower that can definitely keep the Croc back. The problem is the infantry. The air squads of Shreks are still good against infantry, but they're not amazing. So if they come across the Ranger blob or something, those things are going to be shredded real quick. Lots of Rangers moving in with the bazookas. Whirlwind's having a real tough time even just trying to escape that threat. He is trying to suppress, but I think another bazooka, and yep, there it goes. Bodies flying directly toward the screen, and Rangers showing everything they can do. There's so many squads. Yeah, it's a threat even to the Brumbar, because easily can be overwhelmed. We need 2 Brumbars now, which will absolutely help. I feel like Grey is trying his absolute best to have a fighting force to deal with it, with Panzergrenadier, Strasstruppen. Like, he has a good amount of stuff. Not a huge army, as we can see here. Well, yeah, he has a decent amount of frontline infantry. 2 Grenadiers, Strasstruppen and Panzergrenadier. So he has a good amount. Rangers are pulling on back. He's trying to give chase to them. I don't think he'll wipe any squads. But he is... Oh, and artillery seeing the back lines. That's the one thing about having artillery. I mean, it's fine if the enemy is congested or has like a bunch of MGs, mortars, stuff like that. But when the enemy is mobile, as soon as the artillery hits, he just moves, and then you're really not getting all that much. Unless you're getting like a choke point. But this map is so big, you're able to easily retreat. Looks like we have something dropping on in. The only thing I can think of would be resource cache or something, but no. Oh, wait, no. Lucky Luke has gotten with some, wait. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, he went smoke. Okay, he's trying to smoke. And we still have Rangers causing artillery. Massive amount of damage on the Rangers, by the way. 1 squad is destroyed. The captain's gone. I believe he lost a scout unit. I mean, he is down to bare minimum. And honestly, at this point, just retreat. If Brumbar takes one more shot at your Rangers, you're done. But I get why he's trying to stay there, because he wants it dead. And there it goes. He is able to get the final shot off. Panzer IV, though, could give chase, or a bunch of weapons lying about. And honestly, this Marty, not McFly. Oh my god, Satchel does hurt the Panzer IV, though the engineers had to sacrifice themselves. Well, okay, they didn't have to sacrifice. He could have retreated. But Panzer IV is very much crippled. Needs to pull back. Crusader rushing on in to assist. Wait, I'm sorry. Croc died to the Martyr, it looks like, and Jaeger squads. Jaeger squads all survived, by the way, with the Whirlwind as well still alive. Croc has perished. And we have a single Panzer IV with a single Whirlwind versus 2 artillery and 2 Rangers. 3rd Ranger squad coming on out. There is Ranger training and other things. So he has some upgrades to make sure Rangers are the best they absolutely can be. So, very strong infantry with 2 Crusaders coming on out. Okay. Artillery at least make sure the MG is knocked out. Whirlwind is keeping or trying to keep the Canadians at bay. They're healing on up. Panzer IV, again, it needs... Well, actually, has a bit of time. And honestly, the artillery is outside the Allied base, so it is a bit of a risk for any armor to push up that close. And also, good job on the Allies for getting additional resources. A bazooka and a bar, that's pretty good, especially when you're dealing with... Wait, there's still... Am I crazy? Are these Rangers just completely outfitted? Is that what I'm missing? No, he has space. He could absolutely pick up that bar. He's just not for some reason. I don't know why. Gray, I feel like you could... Not Gray. Marty, not McFly. I feel like you get more weapons here. Artillery's Vet 1, Vet 2. Again, getting the bonuses to keep blasting the enemy. Crusaders moved on up with the 6-pounder. But 6-pounders just being targeted. Seems a bit of a misplay. Whirlwind coming in from behind. Crusaders trying their best, but they're not... Crusaders meant to get close to armor and chase down armor. They're not really meant to be infantry killers. So if they chase the Whirlwind, great, but here comes the Shrek teams and puts down a Crusader because they're also weaker. Matilda can take the infantry, but again, it's slower. The Grant is kind of your firepower tank, so that might be better to deal with all of this. We might see a situation where the Whirlwind dies to the Crusader unless the Shrek teams get both shots off. They do get the shots off, but Whirlwind still goes down. Yeah, this is... Now, to be fair, both Allied players have taken heavy losses, but now the Germans have taken some heavy losses as well. With the only unit being this Panzer IV by Gray, actually having a decent armored unit. Allies have a bit more fuel than the Axis as well, which helps. Another smoke operation to get around the MGs. Canadians should be getting up here in a second. Again, Jaeger squads are both vet 3, so at least Cap Tavi has a good amount of veteran units. Kind of make do for the fact he's kind of on thin ice, given the situation. Now, I will say this: the British have like 5 frontline men, but they've been having a real rough time with this Jaeger squad. So, again, this may be a situation where it's like maybe I am underestimating the power of the Jaeger squads. It seems like even with the Shrek, they're doing just fine, massacring the Canadians. And there we go. MG helps with the Jaeger squads put down the Canadian. So we're down to 4 frontline for the British and 3 for the Vermont player. The other Vermont player, again, double Panzer Grenadier now. We got Strasstruppen. Panzer IV is almost healed up after a bit of time out of action. I guess that's good. We have a potential for a Tiger. Okay. We have a potential for a King Tiger. With him reasonably able to get it if he saves up for it in the next minute. Is that now? Typically, I would say the King, less so the Tiger, but definitely the King Tiger is a unit that is very much expensive, very powerful, but slow, tedious, and usually not worth it, in my opinion. This is a situation that is worth it because right now, the only thing the King really has to worry about is the artillery. As long as he's mobile, he's fine. And he can take the hits from the artillery. Meanwhile, the AT for the American player is Rangers, which the King Tiger can blast left and right from a good distance, so long as infantry support. So even the capable Rangers will have issues without Hellcat support or without, proper AT units, like AT guns or something. So we'll have to see. Artillery's still hitting the front, causing havoc, but victory point wise, oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say we have content. No, we're about to see some contention potentially over here. But it's about, what, it's 70, 80 point difference? Okay, where's this coming down? Oh, on the... He's not going to retreat into it, right? No, he knows where it is. The sound bug has been fixed. But still a good hit. Neutralize the medical position. And at least that is gone. Rangers attack. MG is under threat. Trying to get close for a grenade. Not working. Strasstruppen throw grenades instead. Rangers were pinned, so they took the hit. Now they're running all the way back to base. This squad is still suppressed, but now there we go. Now finally unsuppressed with flamethrowers hitting the Strasstruppen. Artillery causing lots of damage over there. Rangers will lose this fight, all thanks to the Panzer IV, tipping the balance against the American player. Now he's down to an engineer squad with a bar. That is not the situation you want to be in. The Brit is getting out Grants, which, again, if you want pure firepower, the Grant is the way to go. Alright. And to be fair, he doesn't have enough for a Croc, and I think 2 Grants... I mean, I know the Croc would have fire bonuses, but right now I think 2 Grants is a good amount of firepower that can help hold this point, especially with AT. Meanwhile, we do have a King Tiger, which is going to be moving up against 2 Grants, so the King might have to worry. Now that the British actually has some armor, but he only has 1 6-pounder, again, so not as much, but still, maybe he needs to worry a little bit. The Jaeger squads, if they can sneak behind British lines or, flank the Grants or something like that, they could definitely unload. And they're Vet 3, so they are pretty monstrous with what they can do. Alright, Panzer Grenadier is taking mid. The American player is slowly making his way back. He's grabbing more weapons, put down another frontline position to reinforce to. Again, that is slightly delaying. This Ranger squad, pretty weak. So, hold on. King Tiger is taking shots. There we go. All right, so Jaeger squads are countering against the infantry. Canadians are about to lose a unit. There they go. Jaeger squad now pushing on the infantry section, already pushing another squad back. Right here, he's throwing it on the 6-pounder. 6-pounder fires at the King Tiger, bounces, but 6-pounder does go down. Infantry is pulling back. We're down to a single Jaeger squad. King Tiger is helping to guard the point. Meanwhile, the Grants pulled back without really engaging. That is shocking, because you would assume they would want to at least provide a little bit of supporting fire, but because they didn't, was it Captavi. I cannot say this name for some damn reason. Captavi has managed to take over this point. We have a Tiger moving on in as well, so both Wehrmacht players have gotten their heavy tanks out. Meanwhile, the allies are, well, the American player has no armor, and the Brit has his Grants out, but he does not have anything else. The Grants are also do not have squad leader ability. And are you kidding me? Marty, not McFly, deciding, you know what? I have to deal with a King Tiger, and I have to deal with a Tiger. You know what's the best thing I can do? Another artillery piece. Let's go. Let's go. Rangers immediately pull back after seeing the Tiger. I guess try to push in. Maybe the artillery support's coming in shortly. There it goes. It does do a nice little shell shock on the Tiger. But again, the more armor the Germans get, the more likely they're able to break through the line and easily deal with the enemy. Alright. France are trying their best. Actually, guys, we have some coordination from the Allies. The British players moved on in against Grey. But here comes Cap. Cap's coming on in. Alright, again, grouped up, which is not a good sign, especially with the Tiger. King Tiger is making its appearance around the corner. I think we have some British artillery coming in that sector. Maybe hitting the Strasstruppen. King Tiger's firing from afar, misses. Artillery, again, keeping the pack gun knocked out. We have a single Ranger squad deciding if he should charge a King. Maybe not the best idea. Here comes the Grants. They open fire on the Strasstruppen. They are missing every shot. Can we not miss a shot? A little damage. No, it's still not enough. There we go. Strasstruppen takes some hits. Ranger squad forcing him back. But they get a little bit low, so he's going to pull back. King Tiger takes a shot from afar. Nice shot from the Tiger and pack. It pushes the Grants back. Ranger squad moving on to the point. They're going to pull back. Artillery is hitting the Tiger, but Tiger is just shrugging it off, being like, listen, you're shell-shocked me. It lasts like a second. Pack gun is neutralized. King Tiger is now Vet 1. Vet 1, I could be wrong here, chat, but I believe it's 25% less damage along front armor. But that's the thing. Right now, if the Allies are charging in against a Tiger and a King Tiger, they're going to have a rude awakening, because Grants and Rangers have a lot of firepower, but it's not going to break a King and a Tiger directly. You need to flank. Meanwhile, victory point-wise, it's against the Allies. Remember, the Allies were saying GG earlier in this game, but it seems like that is gone against them. King Tiger is one shot away from killing that Ranger squad, if he can get through the smoke. Here comes a lot of infantry. Again, we have tons of artillery. But the artillery is doing absolutely nothing. It is literally just a direct shot. I think it did like 5%, maybe 10%. What I'm trying to say is King can take plenty of those hits. Rangers are trying to flank the King. Oh my god, are you serious? King Tiger is trying to deal with the Ranger squad. Does finally force it back after taking some heavy hits from the bazooka teams. Nice shot from the Tiger from afar. Ranger squad's almost down. 3 victory points. We got GG from the chat. I think it was a GG. It is a little bit funny, though. I will say that. A little funny. But yeah, no. Overall, top kills goes to Grey. Let's see. Damage as well. Vehicle kills goes to Cap. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got 6 to Lucky Luke. And Marty getting top damage and top kills. All right. So, What can I say about this? First off, thank you, Cap, for the replay. Very kind of you, good sir. Secondly, let's double check the kills. And if I go over the kills, Infantry section got 58. One loss. I mean, definitely lost at least one. Yeah, both Canadians perished. Again, they had a decent amount of anti-infantry. The problem is I just felt their anti-armor. At least, well, okay, no, the Braid had 2 6-pounders. He was fine in that department. I think, no, his armor just kind of fell apart a little bit because, yeah, the Croc just came out to die. The Grants, I guess he produced another one, but just were not in that fight. The Hopper did okay. Let's see. How'd everyone else do? King Tiger came out. Wasn't on the field too long, but definitely made impact, I will say. Again, the Ranger squad, like, at the end was flanking it, but they didn't have Hellcats or anything to really put it down. All right, let's see. 41 kills for the Jaeger squad, showing their power. MG also getting a ton of kills. Ranger squad 38, not as much as I thought, but he got more vehicle kills. 17, never mind. Yeah, that's all the vehicle stuff. Just howitzers. Unfortunately, we don't have kills, but I guess it did okay. And then we have the Tiger with 25 and Grenadiers with 26. So, all right, not too shabby of a game. I did like it. I did like a little bit, especially the allies being GG and then having that go against them. So, always appreciate that. So, thank you, Cap. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tonybee 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.